Welcome back to Valhalla, the game I really like but can never remember. I got myself a fresh can of Coke here. I know some bars prefer cans of Coke over bottles. I'm guessing they just kind of, I don't know, use the can over the bottle because, can's there. It's not like they have Coke on tap. It'd be hard to have Coke on tap. You don't have soft drinks on tap. Unless you're like a soda fountain, I suppose. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, let's go for the RoboCop reference. Even if in the original movie, I believe it was 2 buxom women instead of a dog and a cat. Anyways, cheers everyone. Here's to me remembering this game this time. Rise and shine indeed. Good morning. It's 11 a.m. though. That counts as morning. That's morning for me on the weekends. And any other day. How's everything outside? Still noisy, but forces have been deployed to take care of most of them at least. How so? Zaibatsu Corps' president is pleading with, quote, anyone to stop the rogue White Knights. Neighboring city forces were deployed quickly and have subdued most of the opposition. There have also been reports of White Knights just freezing like they were petrified somehow. Make it sound like some god suddenly decided to put everything in place. Well, I'm just glad no bullets are flying in and out of the whole building. Sure, there's still some bad apples out, and it's not really safe yet, but it was way worse last night. All seems to be civilian force lynching any White Knights they spot. Well, that's grim! So not only are White Knights a problem, regular folks are on edge too. I wonder if Sai is okay. Should I be worried about Gil? That kid knows how to take care of himself. He keeps saying that. I'm sure that whatever it is he's doing, he's safe. Dare I say even safer wherever he is than here. I sure hope so. Are we going to work today? Nah, things are too nasty right now. Let's just take this Sunday off. Oh, alright. Well, this is a short fucking day, wasn't it? Say, do you want me to help you get to your apartment? Actually, yeah, I'd appreciate that. Alright then, let me lock up and we'll go. We'll grab something for lunch on the way. Sounds good. Well, this is... And here we are. Okay, this is new. Home sweet home. Thanks a lot. Hey boss, want to hang out for a bit? Yeah, grab a beer, chill out for a bit. Mostly thank you for helping me out. Well, I don't have much to do anyway, so yeah, sure. I did tell you should invite me to your apartment sometime, didn't I? Yeah, you did. What worries me is that beer always leads to something else. To more beer? I was gonna say to one of us going through the Spanish announcer's table. Ah, right. She was a fighter. But I think we're safe here. Come on in then. Excuse me. Want one? Smokes. Sorry I don't smoke. Don't mind me, though. Smoke if you want it. It's her place. Say, how's the chilly weather treating you? It gets cold from time to time, but nothing the kotatsu and the heater can't fix. Alright, boss, you're not very good with the cold, are you? You know it's... Shoot, you didn't bring your jacket here either. I left it at home when we were going to the bar yesterday. It wasn't that cold, and I didn't expect to spend the night at the bar. Should I like a sweater or something? Oh, don't mind me. What is happening? This is not cyberpunk bartending action, as the tickers would have me believe. Cyberpunk may be, but action's debatable, and this certainly is not bartending. I insist, I have this hoodie from some time ago, and it was too big for me. Why buy it then? It was dirt cheap. Right. Wait, where'd you get this one? Don't know, some flea market? Why? Nothing, it's just like one I had many years ago. What happened to it? Some shoes I just ripped. I see. You can keep it if you want, I never use it anyway. We'll see. Come to think of it, how old are you, boss? I'm eternally 17. Fair enough, 17 plus how much? 17 plus I'd have to cut your tongue if you knew. Alright, let me go change into something more comfortable. Take your time. 4. Say, Jill, there's a blue-eyed mass of black fur glaring in my general direction. That's just 4. He's just wary of any new visitors. Cats will be cats, I guess. He'll warm up quickly enough, just give him time. He's unusual looking. Blue eyes on a black cat. They usually have green. I have green eyes. So I'm told, anyways. Yeah, weird, huh? At first I thought they were like that because he was small, but they never changed. Do you have any pets, boss? Back at home we had a bear. I see, what? Good old Bosco. The bear. He kept intruders away better than any dog. Right. And this picture isn't something you see every day. It appears to be me and 2 people I've never mentioned or talk about. Me taking such a sappy pic. No, a framed picture on printed paper. It's so vintage. Who are these? That's, the one on the right is Lenore, my ex-girlfriend, and the one on the left is Gabrielle, her sister. Huh. Is this pic recent, or... Actually, it's from 3 to 4 years ago. You look exactly the same. I'm only 27, what'd you expect? That's why they say kids are the ones that get old. I thought it was recent because you don't usually see people displaying pictures of their exes so openly, let alone printed in a frame. Yeah... Did you break up on good terms then? You hesitated a bit, calling her your ex. Let's just say that everything ended with us both saying mean things, and me storming out of her house, breaking a couple of things on the way out. Never broke up formally, and I guess I still have feelings for her. I just went away and haven't said a word since. Really, it's hard to picture you doing such a thing. You look so happy in the pic. I want to get to the bartending, man. That's what I play this game for. The stories people tell when they walk into the bar and the drink mixing. Not this. Although it is nice to see into the live of our main girl, Jill, here. I don't know. This feels clunky to me. Why have her pick out like this, then? I just couldn't get my mind off something that Alma said to me, about missing having the warmth of somebody else pressed against your side, using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs, putting your head to their chest, listening to their breathing as they pet your head, dozing off knowing they're there watching you, protecting you. I don't know, I felt nostalgic, then miserable. Yeah, I'm not in a position to experience that, because I live alone, mostly. Currently, anyway. At time of recording, I live alone. Oh god, I move out in less than a week. I graduate in less than a week, and then I'm gone. So long, Radford, and living alone for an extended period of time. It's been a fun 2 years. I meant to say this at the top. This episode and a couple episodes where I drink is a send-off to Radford. Radford, you're an armpit of a city, and I hate the people in you, but you taught me... I don't know, you just taught me. You taught me education. I learned here about adult life, social, and just general formal education. Can't say this wasn't a learning experience. I enjoyed it. Terrible, terrible city. I would never live here on my own, out of free will. Rent it's actually pretty cheap to live here if I were to hunt down a job in my profession, but the internet's terrible. And again, if I were more permanently set up, I would probably try and find better, or at least more reliable internet. And probably a place that wasn't so close to the damn university. Horrible, horrible people live here. Anyways. Yes, to Radford, I can't say I'm a fan of you, but I owe you a lot. 2 years living on my own, 3 years in Radford. First year I was on campus. I've been meaning to apologize, but I feel like it's a bit too late now. Whenever I go back, there's this fear in the back of my mind that I'll meet her in the streets. I just don't know if I could face her again, let alone talk to her. It'd be a mess. It's never too late to apologize, Jill. Maybe. What's this on the table? Looks like an enva. It's nothing. Now please give that to me. Lope. Alright, I saw nothing, don't worry. Anyways, let's grab some beers. Guide me. Beer so far, 0. Cans left 12, remaining beer 100%. I have 12 cans, it's like whatever. 2 6-packs. Shine Spark out. 1511? November 15th? Kirimiku. Ah! That's when she was in concert, I guess. Drink! Damn, you have a lot of beers. Well, BTC gives me discounts and a point card I can use every time I buy alcohol. With that, beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. Was there any difference between the drinks at the bar and these? Drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavorful, and stronger than the ones they sell in stores. Drink! Beer so far 0. I guess, in her current can. And besides, the one in the bar is more of a double IPA. How do you get double Indian Pale Ale? This one's more of a Pilsner. I prefer lagers. In English, please. This one's lighter in color and lighter in flavor. I understood it. Dunno, it doesn't taste lighter to me. I bet if I drink a bunch, it will affect what she says conversationally. Although I will have a drink in like 30 seconds when I'm supposed to have a drink anyways. Is this the one made with, what's the name of the base liquor used at the bar again? Nutriogenic Diametrical Lidogenol, or NDL. It was a supplement or something, right? It was an experimental fluid where they created to replace water when maiden kiss polluted the water supplies. The effects of the pollutant turned out to be temporary, so NDL never went into mass production, but BTC still commissioned it for use in bars. And this one made with it. Let's see. Yep, says here near the end NDL and cornstarch. Drink! Because I'm having my own drink. Pour myself a little bit of the rum. I'm definitely polishing off the rum in these last couple episodes. Can't see me having much more rum after one or two more of these. I probably got another 4. 4 is pushing it. That looks more like 3 to me, but I can probably ration it out to 4 more drinks, which means 2 episodes. Lighter than normal, but yeah, there it is. Cornstarch. It serves as a stabilizer, if I remember correctly. They need it to package drinks. I see, and I just realized something. What? You're a nerd, Jill. Guilty as charged. That's worth a drink. There's my alcohol collection if you feel like getting anything else. Those bottles over there? I can't afford fancy fridge or whatever. Or I can't afford a fancy fridge or whatever for them, so I have to put them in plain sight. I mean, most people don't refrigerate alcohol unless it's beer. I'm guessing if some authority on alcohol came in here, he'd stab me for crimes against beverages or something. A lot of alcohol is just left out in the open. As long as it doesn't hit the sun, it's perfectly fine. Anyways, many of them are still drinkable. I could get you some of the absinthe I brought to the bar if you want. I'm not an Oscar Wilde kind of person. Sadly, I'm more of a Theodore Roosevelt girl. I don't understand what that means. I have a teddy bear in my closet, but I don't think you can drink it. Drink. Nah, that's what I... Wait, you do? I'm not ashamed of Dr. Fluff, but it just so happens I have a cat. And I don't want the bear's filling spilling all over the place. Oh. Anyway, beer's fine, don't worry. If you say so. Where'd that collection come from anyways? Calling it a collection is too generous, I think. I got it from my grandpa. He made it a while ago, and the only thing stipulated... He made a will where the only thing stipulated was that I got them. That's sweet. I've already downed some of them over the years. Half of them are colored water instead of alcohol. Guess I need to be expert or something to notice the difference. Yeah, I made sure the water's the right color, though. Bottom line, if you want to taste anything from it, let me know. You're too kind. There. On a side note, it surprises me you kept the poster of me in the room. And even more that you hung it in plain sight. When I gave it to you, it was more or less a joke, you know? Does it make you uncomfortable? If it doesn't make you uncomfortable, why would it make me uncomfortable? It's my own face. I'm still wondering why you did it, though. Aside from filling an empty spot in the wall, I don't really know. I just thought it was funny, too. I guess it's like if someone gave you, I don't know, a dildo-shaped trophy or something, and you just had it there as a conversation starter. Although no one comes here anyway, so it's kind of pointless. What, no steamy nights of passion? Not since a year ago, I think. And I'd rather not talk about what happened then. Did someone hurt you? Because if they did, I can go dish out the pain. Nah, it's nothing of the sort. A different kind of mess. Uncomfortable mess, say. Not being able to have sex for reasons mess. Ah, one of those messes. Glad to know you have my back, though. That's what friends are for. Wait, you talk about the posters and compare it to having a dildo-shaped trophy. You just call me a dildo face. That's what friends are for. Hell yeah. Boss, be honest with me here. About what? Who's Gil exactly? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Who the fuck is he? Oh, yeah, that. Well, I have a couple of ideas. I know for certain Gil was in the Hong Kong riots, and he took part in the anti-riot force before defecting. That should give me a clue as to who he is, but... So far, I've only found out about one such defector, and he didn't leave Hong Kong for at least 4 years. I also know for certain that Gil was in England and France during that time frame. And it's always like that. When I think I have a clue as to who he is, something else comes up that contradicts the evidence. That guy's troublesome. A bit, yeah. I'll drink to that. Gil's an enigma. But, you know, he keeps the place interesting. Still, I wonder if Gil's alright. You worried about him? Makes sound as if I'm some emotionless robot. You can be hard to read. I wouldn't worry about Gil so much, though. There's 3 things I know for certain about him. Other than the stuff you already said. First, he can take care of himself. Second, you can sincerely trust him. And third, he absolutely hates bell pepper. Well, I don't like vinegar, so... I'm alright with bell pepper. He does? I've seen him even reject food because it's been in contact with it. Man, what a baby. Unless he's allergic or something. He's not. Then he's a baby. Man, what a baby. How did you meet such a guy? He showed up in the door of the bar. What? Well, it was shortly after the whole incident with Robert and the levitation potion. Right, levitation potion. It was a slow day, and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have money on him. I couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave him the drink for free. After a couple, he broke down crying. Huh? I don't know what he did, but he was really, really regretting it. He wanted a second chance or whatever, so I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. And I'll be damned, he looked totally different the next day. Damn. I tried and failed to find anything about him, so I decided to take him at face value. I'd judge him from what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escapade, he's been loyal as loyal gets. I returned the favor in kind, covering his ass from time to time, sometimes literally. What surprises me is that you took him in so easily. I can take care of myself, and I always kept an eye on him. And besides, after the whole Robert thing, I couldn't ignore someone that desperate so easily. I see. You've made the bar more lively yourself, you know. How so? Well, with the regulars, you've earned, of course. Like that blonde titty hacker. I can't remember her name. I can't either, but I know who you're talking about. Alma? Yes, that's it. I was gonna say Armitage. She's a nice girl, you know? I don't think she's young enough to be called a girl. Says the, quote, girl who's eternally 17. In any case, she's really lovely. When you hear her speak of her family, she speaks with such love, her face just brightens up. Sorry, I was looking at my alcohol supply left. Makes me kind of jealous that she has such a close relationship with him, to be honest. You have a bad relationship with your family? Not bad, but I'm not exactly close to anyone aside from my mom, dad, and aunt. But back to Alma, I'm really hoping she finds a nice guy to settle with. She seems to bounce around a lot, if you know what I mean. She's so bent into finding one, I can't help but want her to succeed. Ah, I see. There's also that sex worker robot girl. I was gonna say Dana. Nope, it's Dorothy. Started with a D. She intrigues me, though I've seen lots of sex workers over the years, and she seems pretty giddy. It's not like she likes her job, but rather she takes it with such childish excitement. As long as you love what you do. And what she does is apparently shoving light bulbs up people's asses. I've kind of noticed that too, but then again, Lilm can be weird. You think? Lilm operate in some really foreign logic. They don't really share our fear of morality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed once up in the collective source. If they lose an arm, they can reattach it or replace it. Depending on the circumstance, they might not even feel pain at all. It's not like they haven't attained human-like emotions like fear or love, but they are different. Like a different culture, if you must. Didn't see it that way. Aside from that, Dorothy is a DFC-72. It's a social interactions model or something. Well, get positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose. So, I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Interesting. The name Lilm's a bit weird, though. Is it? You don't expect them to be called bots or dolls, but Lilm doesn't convey any image of automatons. Yeah, not really. Just a tip, bots and dolls are considered slurs by them. Funny that. Bot is akin to calling them retarded, and doll is like calling them fake. Fair enough. Thanks for the advice. That aside, do you know why they're called Lilm? As far as I know, it's because they come from a bigger AI called Lilith. And Lilm are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Ah, cool. That's worth a drink. Speaking of names, why don't you like being called by your full name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julian, and you almost tore me a new one with your glare. See, like that. Julian, I don't know. It's no big secret, but it's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Try me. Well, did you ever watch Model Warrior Julian? Not all of it, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything from the dolls to the costumes to the lunchboxes. Didn't help that it was one of those shows that got strapped literally everywhere. That happens. I saw a couple of episodes once, they were really nice. It was beyond nice. The show's about a model who can transform into an armor-clad magical knight. She fights demons born from greed and vanity. How the show presented Jules hating her job because it invited enemies. And yet she found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julianne was an adult, but that became younger when she transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kid's show, even by today's standards. I feel like you're projecting here, author. Just the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image. Challenging as fuck. Whoa, you got excited there. Yep. And that's the problem. Back then I was obsessed with Jules. I sang the songs, dressed like her, I could even recite full chapters. If you call them chapters, something tells me you still can. That's beside the point. It was nice while I was in elementary school, but when I went to middle school, What a surprise, tweens are jackasses. They went out of their way to do things to tease me about the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Jules, I always hold my grudge against those fuck jobs. Sounds rough. The swearing in this game feels significantly more natural than in other games. I've always said it's very hard to write swearing into dialogue. This game is doing it better than most, in my experience. You know how most girls worry about their thighs at that age? No, I don't. I wonder who wrote this game. I'm gonna have to look them up, because whoever it is, you get a certain note of credit. Author, sir or madam. It is quite a good game. One of my favorites. I wish I could remember parts of it. I worried about jerkasses singing the theme tune of the show, mocking me. Anyways, every time someone called me Julian or Jills, I instinctively react negatively. Pavlov would be proud of me. I never talk about it because I find the whole thing too silly in retrospect. I'm gonna end the episode here. Thanks so much for watching. When we come back, another drink for her and myself. So until then, talk to you later, Shrewd Negotiators, and see you around, Ass Clowns.